Hello and welcome to the Cooks Pantry. Today I'm going to demystify that thought that you can't cook restaurant food at home. This dish is straight off our menu at the restaurant up in Sunshine Beach. It is a beautiful snapper curry. Being from the Sunshine Coast, this is an absolute given that we're going to be using produce like this. It's so indicative of the region that we come from, using this phenomenal seafood that we have on our doorstep, aromatics here that are all grown locally from around the restaurant. And I'm going to start by building the curry paste, ginger and turmeric base, so it's got a beautiful earthiness to it and a really nice warmth from the ginger. So we want to make sure that you can feel it, you can taste it. You've got to be liberal with it. I'm actually going to use this big chunk here. We're not using a great deal of chili in this dish, so we've got that deep warmth that comes from the ginger, so you really need to feel it right there when you're eating it. So I've just got a really decent sized chunk of ginger here. Just roughly chop that up into the old food processor. All right, next the turmeric. So I've got a couple of nice big pieces of turmeric. Skin on, you can look at the color of that. Beautiful. It's going to give the most amazing color in this curry. A couple of chilies. Now, always at home, before, even at the restaurant as well, before we start cooking with the chilies, because they can be so unpredictable. You can have a chili that size and a chili that size, and the heat can be, you know, there's huge variances. So I like to just cut the top off, and that is a little bit warm. That's going to give me an indication as to how many chilies I want to put in this curry. For this curry, it's nice and gentle and it's balanced, so I'm only going to go in with 2. Should be plenty. So just, again, roughly chop that up. In we go. A couple of cloves of garlic, so there's got 4 cloves of garlic in there. All right, lift her up. This is my go-to move. It works. All right, that's starting to get there. It's starting to come together. I'm just gonna give it a little hit of oil, and that's just gonna help to really get it moving and start to get it nice and fine, which is what we're after. Come on, old mate. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking good. That's got a nice paste consistency to it. If you've got a really good stand-up blender at home, that also does a phenomenal job of making a curry paste. If you're gonna do it in a really big batch, blender, stand up, it'll give you the best texture. Okay, a really nice, decent hit of oil in there. Okay, so paste in. We are on the right track already. That smells phenomenal. So just move that around, make sure you get that paste coated in enough of the oil to really start frying it out. Give that a couple of minutes, and then we'll go in with some stock. All right, so the curry's really starting to come up to a beautiful boil there. Look at the color. That turmeric is sensational, one of my favorite ingredients. Now, lemongrass. You gotta be a little bit brutal with it. You just really wanna break open that base all the way up. Look at that, split it all the way open, break it up, and we're just gonna dunk that in there. So all that fragrance is just bursting into that curry now. Same again. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So same kaffir lime, these are just gonna get ripped up, and I can feel it as soon as I rip in the oil from the leaf over my hands. Beautiful. All right, a couple of good slithers of galangal, about half a dozen good pieces of galangal. So we're just gonna scatter them through. So I'm just gonna go in with a tin of coconut milk. This is what's just gonna round it off, bring it all together. And these flavors in coconut are just a match made in heaven. Just gonna hit it with a little bit of veg. Today we've just got some carrots and some button mushrooms. Slice them up, get them in. You can use whatever you like. Snow peas would be beautiful. A bit of bok choy, char that up, throw that in. And you know what's really interesting? I've found that there's a lot of people out there that don't know the identity of ingredients. A prime example of this is standing over to my right here, young Alan, Alan the cameraman. It's quite hilarious when we go through doing these recipes. For instance, kaffir lime beans. Kaffir lime beans. He's got a bit of a fusion happening in his head. Just some good old humble bean sprouts. So it's been quite interesting, not just Al, but out and about, the people that they're not 100% of what some of these ingredients are. And I think that's the beautiful thing about a show that can bring in some not so familiar ingredients and introduce them. Things like kaffir lime, Thai basil, Vietnamese mint, different Asian greens. It's all about learning and trying to pass on a little bit of education to you guys. If that's what we can do, then we've done our job. All right, tamarind pulp. It's got the most amazing sourness to it. So you're gonna go in with a good dollop of that, some palm sugar, shredded up, fish sauce, of course. All right, seeing as I hurt Al's feelings with my previous comments, here we go, mate. Bury the hatchet. What do you reckon? Love it. Oh, that's sensational. Gonna set that aside. That will absolutely stay hot while I cook this piece of fish. So nice big pan on, nice big piece of fish. I'm just gonna keep it really simple. Nice hit of oil in the pan, season up the skin, nice bit of salt, get that nice and crispy skin happening. And then it's exactly how we serve it in the restaurant. All right, so just threw a nice knob of butter in right at the last minute. It turns into like a burnt butter. You get that nice nutty flavor. And just nappe that, drape it over the top. It's gonna help to get that skin really, really crispy as well. So that is done, that's off the heat. I'll just let the residual heat in the pan continue to cook that fish while I throw the curry into our platter over here. Just gonna hold that lemongrass back. Pull that out. Beautiful, crispy snapper fillet over the top. And that's a really good sized fillet. So that there is a curry for 2 people, no doubt whatsoever. And now we just finish it. So we've got some beautiful Thai basil. And like I was saying, it's got the most amazing flavor to it, the most amazing smell, and makes it that little bit more interesting. So Al, Thai basil, not potatoes. Just plain, mate. Come on, we're all friends here. Some bean sprouts. Look at the color of that. That is absolutely stunning. I've got to have a taste. Tastes like home. Or work, one or the other.